Hey, folks, happy Thanksgiving from Brian Blessing here in Las Vegas for ATS.io. And we start our football Thursday traditionally in Detroit. And traditionally, Detroit's usually pretty bad, but it's football nonetheless. And sometimes we get some good games to jumpstart the day. It's a trifecta of games. It's the first on the slate. Interconference, Houston 3-7 against 4-6 Detroit. Now, Houston's coming in off a solid effort against New England. They get the win. And I tell you what, we've been telling you about a little bonus here about New England is the way to play these guys. If they're up at the half, play them. If they're down at the half, fade them. Because Newton can play with the lead. He can't bring them from behind. Houston hangs on, gets the win. Watson had a pretty solid day, and he's an electric quarterback, and he's got Fuller. And it's just they run hot and cold. They're just an inconsistent team. Detroit's consistent. They got shut out. I mean, it was as ugly can be against Carolina. They lose 20-0, and Carolina was playing their backup quarterback. Now, Stafford, his hand was nicked up, but he seemed like he was throwing the ball okay. They just had no running game. They had no nothing. I assume Matt Patricia will still be coaching this team by Thursday. At the time of this taping, he still is. The Fords may think otherwise after that effort. Now, there could be one real nice parachute here for Detroit, and that is if somehow Kenny Golladay can get back in the lineup. Had a hip injury. He was a limited participant in practice last week. He was close, but he didn't go. I don't know that they're saving him for this game. What's to save him for? It's only a few days later. He would get extra rest for the rest of the season if he didn't play in this game. But if he did play, it would give Stafford a little something to work with. Right now, the main weapon they have is their tight end, TJ Hockenson, and he's terrific, but everybody knows it. And it's just the inconsistency of this Detroit offense. I mean, to take a bagel against Carolina, not coming in here, feeling their oats. They're home. It's Thanksgiving. The bottom line is, I always like the road teams for starters in these spots. They're not home Thanksgiving with their families. They treat it like a business trip. They know they'll get home and they'll have their Thanksgiving on Friday when the Lions will go home and have Thanksgiving after the game. I always think that the visitors treat it like a business trip, but it's not a game that's going to set anybody's hair on fire. Houston's a 2.5-point favorite on the road. The total on the game is 51. Hard to say play the over after you produce a bagel on the road. Indoors, fast track. Guess it's possible. Bottom line is for me, it's a game I'm really not jumping all over. But what I would say to you is I think the AFC is better than the NFC, and that's a pretty good place to start. And you may see 3. So if you're thinking about it, bet Houston early in the week before it gets to 3. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We love doing all these videos for you and the coverage. Adam Burke and his podcast right here at ATS.io.